This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
My thing's not loading.
And Stanley was happy.
What do you mean he was happy? What kind of
And
crap
then
is
one
that?
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
This
Shocked,
is perfect
frozen
paradise. What you
solid,
complaining about?
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I hate this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I hate the voice in my head. Let's go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
Yes, truly
That's
a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What if I stay here? I refuse to move.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yes. It is perfect like this. Number one,
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
You calling me a freak? I ain't a freak.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Nah. I don't think it is. Let's go this way first.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Yeah! Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Ooh. 1,000. What kind of crap is that? You're gonna charge me after death?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm gonna disobey you every possible way I can.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
No, that's true.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You see, I would. Nah, I'm gonna do it.
And so
I'll do
he
it.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I don't want to be on track. Ooh, what's this? Do I hit the button? Do I hit this button? I hit the button. I hit the button. What are you gonna do?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he
Perfect.
needed to go,
Oh, you
from
stuttering
here,
there?
it's, left.
Oh.
Oh,
Not
no.
even he's
No, it's to the
confused.
right. My mistake.
This is a bullcrap.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you
Get
hold
it
on for a minute,
right,
please?
voice.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way. Sure. Nice and ominous. What is this? I love how it says fired right there. Perfect.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
This time, suppose
No.
we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No.
Okay, from the top.
No. No. You
All of his co-workers were gone.
suck.
What could it mean? Stanley
do it
decided to go
again.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm doing it again. I must know what happens.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely
is
fresh.
this?
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move
Don't
the
blame this on
story
me.
somewhere, or...
No.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute
Exactly.
ago. I
My
know
job
for
is
sure
to
that it's
ruin
here
it.
somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the
adventure.
story.
The chair one.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
I
No.
find
No.
it unlikely
No.
that we'll ever
No.
progress by starting over and over again.
No.
But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a
Don't do
shot.
it.
Why not?
No. This dude. is
All of his
annoying.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't miss no memo. You're just torturing me here.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Please be another wall. Oh, it's not another wall. Can't do anything else. Gotta follow the voice.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
What's going on? I agree with you. What is going on?
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's go back the other way and retrace our steps.
What is going on? Find the basement. Yay. What?
Now this...
Sure.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't
don't
quite
know.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
No.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
No!
I know you put in a lot of hard work,
job is
and it
to
really
ruin
paid off.
this.
So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Good.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Don't you do
I'm
this
getting
to me.
weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Thank you for telling me
How
I'm
simple is
retarded. I love the message, man. What kind of... We'll go straight. Yeah, that seems about right.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
I gotta follow a line. I don't think this is right.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Stairs.
Now we can both agree
There was
that
never
the nature
stairs.
of existence is in fact a
well, we said follow the
byproduct
line.
of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
I think you gave me the rest of the
Got a
line.
bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
I'm sure that
I
must
think
be
what we need
retarded.
right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What is this spiraling? Okay. Where's this line going?
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
It's just
Make
a plant.
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
No, I'm not gonna remember this. It's just a plant. You can't make me.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
What is this?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What's going on? I'm gonna follow this one. Yeah.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Hey, the line's back.
You know what?
Have
up our own
fun.
story.
Let me
Something
on the
exciting,
line.
daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
You talking my language now.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
What?
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, awaits.
Okay.
Hold up, what's this?
I've been playing for
confusion
17
ending.
minutes.
You're telling me that's what this is? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
After
So
a
now,
long
according to the
time,
schedule, I
Stanley
restart again.
dies.
Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Yeah, we should do this.
Well, who
Start
consulted me?
times.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I
Wait,
don't want to forget
both
what's
doors
going
lead to
on.
this?
I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't
No.
do it. I won't
No.
do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
It's over here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
you know
simply
what?
missed a memo.
I will just follow his instructions and go to the left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep. Tips for not getting
Yet
fired.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
not
of
alter
disbelief,
without
Stanley
consulting
decided to go
whiteboard
up to his
manager.
boss's office.
Why do you need a
hoping he
manager
might
for a
find an answer
whiteboard?
there.
This sounds like an awesome job. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, we know what we gotta do. Ooh, nice and red.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, single moment for no reason
What's
at all,
happening?
none of it made any logical
No.
sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Should have stayed in the
No, Stanley
closet,
said to
the
himself,
broom
this
closet,
is all
man.
too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an
Mr. Voice
explanation.
is a
His
D-bag, man.
co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain beyond a doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world.
Oh, I can see something at the edge there. Oh, I see something.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
It is not.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Yeah!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She turned and ran. I see how it is. broom closet. Ooh. I can open the broom closet. What's in
Stanley
here?
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I'm back to ignoring you, buddy.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Nah, I make my own choices. You see, back
It
in
was
my day,
baffling that
janitor
Stanley
was
was
the
still
best
just
way.
sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally
I was
just
drinking
standing there
chemicals,
doing
man.
sweet FA.
Gotta enjoy those chemicals.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said
Yes.
Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I
It's
never would have
perfect, though.
thought
I
to
like the
mention it.
closet. Oh, no, I shouldn't have said this. Okay.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Perfect.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That always bothered me. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's the reason why I'm in a broom closet.
Well,
That's
I've come to
totally-
a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and
screw you,
insightful
dude.
commentary of this game is not
I am
lost
well
on
and
them.
alive.
All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Do I? No.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you too. Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
You see, I would,
Oh,
but
no. Oh, no, 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 not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
okay. I am part of the closet. Can't stop me. No, not anything. Okay. Let's see if I go back in. Nope, nothing. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, we know what we gotta do. Ooh, nice and red.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be far from that. And in such a competitive economy,